Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Brian. Today I'm going to be installing handguards from Memphis Shades. When I put these Fatbagger Ink 12-inch bars on the Ultra, it raised it up and you could see them above the fairing. As before with the stock bars, it was below the fairing. So I'm getting a lot of wind. So I'm going to put these handguards in. I went ahead and got the clear version of these. I think they're going to look really cool. So they're going to sit up here. It's going to provide a lot better wind protection for when I'm touring and in colder weather. So I'm pretty excited to get these installed. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this should be a pretty simple install. We're going to take a 1/2-inch socket there. We're going to work these off. Set those aside. And we're going to loosen this one. We're going to loosen this one rather. As you can see, pretty easy peasy. There's a washer here. We're going to want to connect that back to the stem so we don't lose it. Now, once we have the bracket, we're going to go ahead and take a 7/16 socket, pop it on here. We're going to work the nuts out, the bolts out rather. And then once we have these out, we're going to have some washers. So we want to make sure we set them aside gently. And then we're going to have the grommet. The grommet's what's going to go inside the handguard. We're going to set that down. We're going to back this one out as well. We should be all ready. So you could not ask for an easier install. So now we're going to go ahead and take our handguard. We also have another washer here. We don't want to lose that. So we're going to put that washer with the screw. And we are going to take this grommet off here. Pop it through like so. These are really going to be good too for all season. If you're doing touring, you're not going to have to worry about rocks or bugs or anything hitting your hands while you're riding, which is really nice. Just going to work this grommet through. You can see it's installed. We're going to go ahead and put the second one on. Going to go ahead and put that second grommet in there. We should be all set. As I said before, super simple. I think it's going to take longer to edit this than it would to install these. We're going to put our two covers in there. Once we have our covers back in, we're going to go ahead and put the plate down. We're going to drop our bolt in there. Just hand tighten that. I'm going to pop on the other one here. Forgot to put my washer on the outside. So that black washer is going to go to the outside on the cover there. Going to pop that in. Again, we're just going to hand tighten this down for now. So we make sure we have a good secure fasten there. Take our ratchet and just tighten these bad boys back up. Again, you don't want to go too crazy. This is, you don't want to shatter or crack anything. All right, well, that was simple. Now we're just going to make sure that we line this up. These are the extended mirrors with the extended arms. I can't recommend these enough for visibility, especially when you're two up riding. Be able to see behind you. We are going to then put the bolt back in here. Sorry, put the nut back on. Screw it onto the thread. We're good to go. And now we're just going to adjust these out. Make sure we have the angle we want so they're not going to interfere. And that's about, I think, where we're going to put them, right there. Put these back here. So we've got nice clearance. You want to check and make sure you have clearance, that you're not hitting the shield, the guard rather. And then we're just going to tighten it up. And that is all there is to it. Nice and simple. Let's do the other side. Now, same thing. It's going to take our time, work that grommet through. Got that one in. Gonna put this one in. Should go in nice and easy for us. Really like the way these look, and like I said, I'm looking forward to the extra hand protection when it's cold. Today it's definitely chilly, so we'll take it for a spin and see how they do. Just gonna work this in gently, not to rip it. There we go, popped out, so we have both in. Go ahead and make sure we place our black washers on the outside. We have both washers with the outside chrome covers. These come in black and chrome as well. I chose chrome. I wanted to go with the clear. I think it looks a lot better, at least for this particular bike. And we're going to put the mount on and tighten the mount down. This couldn't be any easier as far as an install is concerned. 2 sockets and about 15 minutes maybe. So you can't beat that. Pop this one in. Just sort of start it by hand. And we're just going to take the ratchet it down. Be curious to see if you guys watching this, how many of you ride all season, and have you considered these? I think with the heated grips in these guards, I've read nothing but great things from other riders, so I'm anxious to try these out. So we're fastened in there. So now we're just going to double check, make sure we have it nice and secure. I'm going to grab our mirror. Undo the bolt, nut, with my hardware terminology today. Drop the stem back in there, and boom, easy peasy. Spin this up by hand. Get it to where we want it so we have enough room to operate the clutch without hitting these, because you don't want to Obviously you want to adjust these so you're not going to hit these in a panic stop where you're going to grab this. So we have enough there. Yeah, like that. I think that's going to work for us. We may have to adjust them a little bit over time. But we're just going to put the mirror back on. Switch our socket out here. We're good to go. So there they are. They're installed. Give you a shot of what they look like here. All right, now you can see what they look like on the bike. We're going to have to adjust them, get them to where we want them, but I think they're pretty good to start. Like anything, it's going to take a ride or two to make sure we have exactly the position we want. But as you can see, I think they look really good on the bike. You're going to have really good solid hand protection when you're behind it. And we should be good to go. So now the only thing that there is to do is get this out on the road. I like this. I think it's giving you enough, it's going to give you enough air deflection. It's going to really make a difference. So I'm going to throw on my denim and leather gloves that are pretty aerated, which are pretty much a summertime glove, and take this bad boy for a spin and see how it goes. Actually, before we do that, I'll show you the clutch side as well. So you can see we have enough clearance here. Have it out nice and far so we can operate our clutch with no problem. But we still have adequate hand protection for that. So that's going to be it as far as the install. Super simple. I think this took, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. Can't beat that at all. So let's get out on the road. So now we're out on the bike, and you can see right here where my hand's positioned for the guards. I've got nice protection. I was able to play with the heated grips, and I can tell you the heated grips work easily a level or two higher now with that protection. So I really like the amount of wind that it was taking off my hands. And these are my denim and leather gloves. They normally, without these, have a lot of air moving through the denim. So I was really impressed with the way these were providing protection for my hands. So I think the handguards are going to be a must-have if you're doing any sort of touring, any sort of riding in colder weather. And for the price, I can't see why you wouldn't just do it. They're easy enough to pop on and off once you have them assembled. So in the summertime, if it gets too hot, you want to pop them off. You just lower that nut off the mirror there, and you can just take them off and run them in, or take them off for hotter weather. So I say they're a must-have. I'm really happy with them. It's definitely going to provide me with more protection as we do touring this season. So that's really all there is to the review. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you'll consider subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let me know if you've tried the Memphis Shades HandGuards and what your experience has been with them, and what other modifications you've added to your touring bike to help you with all-weather riding. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. And as always, please remember, you are not alone. See you in the next one.